How's everyone doing? Everyone, how is everyone doing? So, I've been following the dispute online between Zulus and the folks in New Orleans who are running a club and a parade that is called Zulu as well. I've read now with regards to their history, and to be honest with you, I'm really not interested in their history. The only thing that I'm interested in is the fact that they are using our name. And we've tried to explain to them how this thing is offensive, and they don't listen. I mean, South Africans of different colors, races, and creed, Africans from all over Africa have explained to them how offensive this thing is, and they just simply refuse to listen. And I have my thoughts about the way what will actually really stop this thing, but a lot of those thoughts are not entirely what you would call legal. But let's not go into that. And I think for me now, this thing now goes down to the issue of who has the right to use this word. And it's very clear to me that Zulu people are the sole proprietors and the owners of this word. This so-called social club and pleasure club, founded in New Orleans, Louisiana in 1916, can't possibly have a right to use the name of a nation that was founded more than 100 years before they were founded. Because if I begin counting how old the Zulu nation is, and counting from the time that King Shaka Isilo Shaka Senzangakhona, or by just looking, if I'm looking from that era, that would mean that the Zulu nation was founded in 1816, which is 100 years before this New Orleans pretender was founded. And if I go even further back than that, and look from where the Zulus were not a nation yet, but were probably a clan at the time, uZulu Kamalandela, who founded what was a clan then and became a nation 200 years later, that would take us to 1627, which makes it close to 300 years, if I'm not mistaken, 300 years before the New Orleans thing was founded. Let me just check. 1916, 1627. That's 289. That's 300 years. So there is more history and institutional history going back 300 years before this thing was found in New Orleans, which then goes to say that the Zulus of KwaZulu, Kwelikamthaniya, have a overwhelming claim to this name than these people in New Orleans. And because they are stubborn about using our name, this matter will then have to go to court as a case of intellectual infringement and trademark infringement. That's the only way I think that this can be resolved, because these people are stubborn, they don't want to listen, and no one can tell them anything. And the issue of IP is important, especially to avoid issues of confusion and misunderstanding in the public in terms of what does an IP represents. And already the existence of this club and this parade, which has nothing to do with Zulus, causes confusion. Brands have meaning, names have meaning, especially brands and names that have existed 300, 400 years. So it is in this instance where the Zulu was a clan in 1627, and Zulu becoming a full-blown nation in 1818 or 1816, if I'm checking here correctly. 1816, when isilo samabandla onke ushaka kaSenzakhona became ingonyama yamaZulu. You can't even compare and contrast that with whatever Mickey Mouse show they're having there in New Orleans. I'm presenting it this way is because these people don't want to listen. These people are ignorant. And I don't care what the history of their show is. I don't care what the history of their parade is. I don't even care what it's intending to accomplish. I don't care. The only thing that I care is that this name belongs to us. It doesn't belong to them. And in order for this thing to be resolved, it has to go to court, among other things. If I'm not thinking about other ways which people who know who the Zulu people are would know, we have a very easy way of resolving this, which I'm telling you that these folks from New Orleans would not like it and would stand no chance if that were to happen, but we're not going that direction. So let's rather go to court and deal with it in court. And this matter can go as far as the U.S. Supreme Court, if that's what's needed. Yeah, and it's because of the stubbornness of these people. Names have meaning. Trademarks are important. Brands are important. And you can't just take someone's name and someone's brand and attach it to whatever the hell you want to attach it to. No. Nope. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that anywhere in the world. Okay, folks. Sharp. Till next time.